got a song. You've got a song. We've all got a song to sing. Howdy, this is the Fresh Toones Show. My name is Dave Paltz. Got a pretty special show today. I'm going to share some of the songs from my friend of mine, Jane Held. I've done shows in the past of her music because it's so beautiful, and having the chance on Rochester Free Radio to share some of her music is great. Jane was really quite a pianist, and she wrote some really nice pieces, kind of jazzy. Sometimes she pushed it a little bit to twist it. In this first original composition of Jane Held, she demonstrates some of her jazz capabilities on the piano. I've always enjoyed Jane's floating piano, taking us off the ground with her. Unfortunately, Jane died a few years ago, but in some ways it reconnected me with her music and reminded me how important it was for the folks that I played music with back in the mid-70s. And Jane lived in Rochester, New York at the time, and we had a little group of folks, maybe 4 or 5 of us, that were musicians and friends and other folks around us that joined in singing when we'd get together and play music. So I always enjoy having these shows of Jane's music and getting her good vibes out into the universe. And hopefully with enough good vibes put out there, we can keep things evolving in the right direction. Jane was really quite a songwriter, and this next song of hers is called Ballerina.
Gonna carry me through, and the music gonna carry me through, and the music gonna carry me through. Oh well, I guess I'll never be a ballerina. High and easy in the air, I'm getting high and easy on the music, and it's a-taking me everywhere, and it's a-taking me everywhere, and it's a-taking me everywhere. Politician, but that's too much talking for me. You know I say what I gotta in the music, and the music gonna set me free, and the music gonna set me free, and the music gonna set me free. I know we all got dreams to live on, some of them you just can't keep. No, shoes. I'm gonna give myself to music, and the music gonna carry me through, and the music gonna carry me through, and the music gonna carry me through. I know we all got dreams to live on, some of them you gotta let go, yeah, but if you find a dream to live on, take care now to help it grow. Yeah, well, I guess I'll never be a ballerina, high and easy in the air. I'm getting high and easy on the music, and it's taking me everywhere. And the music gonna set me free, and the music gonna carry me through, and the music gonna carry me through.
This is the Fresh Toones Show, and today's Fresh Tunes are songs written by Jane Held. This next song is a laid-back, jazzy tune that she wrote on the piano. Kind of reminds me of something that might have been written in the 40s. Maybe it even reminds me of the piano player in Casablanca. You know, the one, Play It Again, Sam. To me, it sounds like a very romantic piece that she wrote. So let's check that out now. Today's show is dedicated to Jane Held and her music. She was a good friend of mine in the mid-70s, and it's interesting how sometimes you lose track of folks as they move on and seek out different things in their lives. As friendships often do, we drifted apart. Ironically, we did some very similar things later in our lives after we separated. She had a coffee house of her own out there on the West Coast, and I ran a coffee house here in Rochester. It was called the Coffee House of the New Age Institute. It's a long story. The New Age Institute was an art school that was around for 3 or 4 years in the late 70s. Even though our paths led us in different directions as far as where we lived, we pursued some very similar things with our coffee house and our music. This next song is called Come Back.
Telephone rings. It's been a long, long time. You ask me how's everything. Well, honey, you've been on my mind, and you gotta come back and see me again. you come back into my life? Oh baby, won't you come back into my life? It's okay now, come back into my life. Oh darling, you can come back into my life any day now. You've been gone so long, I can't stop singing that song. But any day you're gonna walk right back where you belong. Oh, won't you come back into my life? Oh, baby, won't you come back into my life right away now? Come back into my life. Oh, darling, you can come back into my life. You say you've been blue, well, I've been lonesome too. Something bigger than the both of us is telling us what to do. It says to come back into my life. Oh baby, won't you come back into my life right away now? Come back into my life. Oh darling, you can come back. Oh, you can come on back. Oh, you can come back. Oh, you can come on back. Oh, you can come back. Oh, you can come back. You can come back into my life. Oh baby, you can come back into my life right away now. Come back into my life. Oh darling, you can come back into my life. It's okay now. You say you've been blue, well, I've been lonesome too. Something bigger than the both of us is telling us what to do. It says to come back into my life. Oh baby, come back into my life right away now. Come back, oh you can come on back. Oh you can come back into my life. Oh you can come back. Oh you can come on back. Oh you can come back. Oh you can come on back. You can come back. You can come on back. You can come back into my life. You can come back. Oh you can come back.
And there was a song by Jane Held called Come Back Into My Life. It's interesting that when you're in your 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, you've got a lot of hopes and a lot of dreams, and that really is what drives you along to either become a better musician or a songwriter or actor or whatever that thing may be, an artist. Thank goodness we get those motivations at that time. Not all of us are going to become superstars. It's kind of like the NBA for kids that like to play basketball. Not everybody's going to become a superstar, but you can certainly have a full life and contribute and really feel pretty good about your art. And even though Jane didn't make it big in LA, and I'm sure that her music kept her free and kept her happy, and when she did have kids, she had that music to share with her kids. And actually today's last song is a song sung by her daughter that Jane wrote. So that'll be a little twist at the end of today's show, a song that was done in a studio with high production values, and her daughter certainly has a beautiful voice. So I'm going to be pretty excited about sharing that song with you at the end of the show. This next song is another jazzy little tune that she wrote. So let's just sit back, relax, and float off into the ether with Jane Held and with this beautiful piece of hers. This is the Fresh Toones Show. Today's show is dedicated to Jane Held and her music. Been sharing a few of my memories of Jane. I had mentioned earlier that Jane had passed on a few years ago. So it's nice to take a moment every once in a while to remember some of the folks that you knew in the past and were close to. The next song I'm going to play that Jane wrote is called You Gotta Be Strong. It certainly seems from the music that I've sought out of Jane's on the internet that she had a chance to produce some high quality music, and I think she probably had a pretty good time. It wasn't going to be a big time in the record business, but playing her music and singing with her beautiful voice, I think was probably pretty rewarding for her. This song is called You Gotta Be Strong.
Gotta be strong today, gotta be strong to make it, gotta be strong today for staying alive, for staying alive. You gotta believe yourself, you gotta believe what you're doing, gotta believe yourself, gotta be true to yourself. Gotta be true to yourself, or else the devil come around, a fool in disguise. He gonna fill your head with crazy lies. Oh, don't you listen? Oh, don't you listen? The devil come around with tracks on his feet, and then he take you down that easy street. Oh, don't go with him. Oh, don't go with him. You gotta be strong today, you gotta be strong to make it, gotta be strong today for staying alive, for staying alive. You gotta believe yourself, you gotta believe what you're doing, gotta believe yourself, you gotta be true to yourself, you gotta be true to yourself, or else the devil come around with luck in his hand. He gonna take you to that promised land. Oh, don't go with him, it's all inside of you. The devil come around, a smile on his face, and then he wipe out the human race. Oh, don't you help him, oh, don't you help him. You gotta be strong today, you gotta be strong to make it, gotta be strong today for staying alive, 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 just for staying alive, for staying alive, for staying alive, for staying alive, just for staying alive.
Well, I'm sure it took a lot of courage for Jane to pack up her Volkswagen bus with her dog and head out to L.A. and not know anybody out there really, to decide that she was going to try her best to make it in the music business. And although she never made it big, she did share her vibes out there, and hopefully folks enjoyed her music. This next little short piece I'm going to share with you, there's no words to it. It's called Quietly As We Lay. And I think it was Jane playing around with some chords and some picking on the guitar in preparation for a song. I don't think there were ever words written for it, or at least I can't find any on the internet, or never heard her sing with this song, although I remember her playing it. It kind of gives you a little idea of how a songwriter might be playing a piece over and over until the words start coming out, and then usually we figure out a break. This is called Quietly As We Lay. Well, time is running short here on the Fresh Toones show dedicated to Jane Held and her music. The last song I want to play today is one of Jane's songs. This one is sung by her daughter. It's quite a studio production. Her daughter has a beautiful voice. So let me play this song called Stand Beside Me.
Since I've known you through the years, I've seen your silly soul, I've seen your tears. You say you're looking for someone to hold within your heart. Give her all the love you can and never have to part. Stand beside me. If I should stumble, I should fall. Stand beside me. I need your love most of all. Stand beside me. When the night becomes the dawn, stand beside me. It's your love I'm counting on. We've been good friends. We've made love. We've shared the moments that dreams are made of. Once upon a lifetime, I find someone like you. And if you see me halfway there, you know I'll see you through. Stand beside me. If I should stumble, I should fall. Stand beside me. I need your love most of all. Stand beside me. When the night becomes the dawn, stand beside me. It's your love I'm counting on. Stand beside me. There's so much in life to give. Stand beside me. For as long as we both live, stand beside me. Every step along the way, stand beside me. And everything will be okay. Stand beside me. Stand beside me. Stand beside me. Stand beside me all the way.
That's it for the Fresh Toones show. I hope you enjoyed Jane Held's music and her singing and her jazzy piano and guitar playing. Have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye now.